and every Monday night, WWE Monday Night Raw post show. Got staying with me tonight, going over all the happenings tonight in Memphis, Tennessee. Right now everything has been based. Basically, they've been getting ready for the elimination chamber. Everything's building towards that, getting everybody qualified. So, a lot of activity there. So far, we have LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton going into tonight is what we had going on as far as the Elimination Chamber match. WWE Monday Night Raw kicked off with the Vision and the Usos, a lot of yeeting, and LA Knight decided to interrupt and to make his presence felt with this one. And what we normally would get as a main event on WWE Monday Night Raw turned out to be the opening match, man. They set up a six-man tag match, LA Knight and the Usos, the WWE Tag Team, Raw Tag Team Champions, against the Vision. Um, I mean, this match was most of the star power that we have on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Um, Guys that's typically in the main event scene, guys that we're used to seeing at the top of the charts. As far as Monday Night Raw is concerned, closing out the show, definitely the Vision. Jey Uso's had his time there. LA Knight has had his time there. Um, but these guys, put on. I mean, it was a solid match. I feel like it's something we have seen quite a bit though. Nothing really too special here. No bells and whistles that we haven't seen before. We did get another interruption by the Mask Man, which was came out to curb stomp Logan Paul after the match. After the Vision did pick up the victory with a tsunami by Bronson Reed. So I think what do you think of this opening six-man tag match, man? And the Mask Man's interference in this one.
It was a good segment to get everyone's attention. I felt like it kind of went long, but I was like, they got to make it a match. So somebody else got to come out. Then LA Knight came out. But yeah, it was a different pace to have this as the openers and not a main event. And I thought that they were gonna. I thought the masked man was gonna reveal himself for a minute because the camera kind of went back to him and
Hmm.
it started panning out, and I was like, maybe he gonna take the mask off, but I guess not. It
No,
was
not
like that part was like weird to me because it
when
was
he was
like,
standing on the announce table for a second. Was it
yeah. Then
that?
he went up into the to the crowd, and then the
Yeah.
camera like stayed in the ring, and then I was like, well, he must have left, and then they went back to the crowd, and the camera stayed on him, and he was just standing there, and I was like, okay, he's gonna take the mask off or what? Like, what's the point of it? It was like weird to me for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. This whole thing is kind of something we're just waiting to see unfold as far as what it's going to be with this Mask Man. What we're going to get with the Vision is all over the place right now. We're not. It looks like a bunch of goons, man. A bunch of secondary guys that's just trying to hold the spot for the main guy. I think Braun Breaker was positioned as sort of the main guy when Seth Rollins left, but I'm not even sure that he really fit the bill as the main guy. It just still feels like he was missing something. I've been saying he hasn't had that money feud. He hasn't had that memorable feud that really should launch him into that next level. But due to him getting injured, we don't even have him there. And these
Yeah.
guys kind of going about their business, man. What do you see, man, with the Vision right now? Are they going to hold it together long enough to get a leader back, or will this implode before it gets to that point? Or and how interesting can they keep it if they're going to hold it together?
Nah, I mean, they'll keep him intact. I feel like it can still get interesting because I mean, Logan Paul is good on the mic. I mean, and then he's just a natural like person that people hate. And of course, like as long as Heyman's still there's still ways that they can like keep him relevant and stuff like that
Hmm.
until I think maybe they were gonna reveal the mask man before Elimination Chamber, but then when Braun Breaker got hurt, they're kind of like, okay, we gotta like stall this out a little bit. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see, I don't. It's we're gonna be interested in what they're doing because we either like them, we don't like them, but we don't have an issue with seeing them. But I just don't know how much more they can really do without it getting to a point where it may become redundant, where it may
Yeah.
become much of the same thing every single week. They're in a singles match or a tag match, a 6-man match, and there's some interference, there's some hijinks. The matches kind of go off the rails a little bit. Not really sure, man. They can't really appoint a leader from these three guys. I don't think Logan Paul, Austin Theory, or Bronson Reed has what it takes right now to step into that spot. So they do got to buy some time, and hopefully they're able to do that. I feel like the Usos just went out there and kind of lost for no reason, man. What you think is going on with the Usos? Did they really need to
Yeah,
take a title break?
I don't know why they had them take the pin. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it probably made more sense to have LA Knight take it since, I mean, because they kind of put the Vision versus the Uso story on the back burner because clearly they're not going to have the division in the tag division right now. So
Hmm.
that kind of like made no sense for me. I mean, like having the LA, having um Bronson Reed stand tall tonight probably would have made more sense, especially if he makes it to the elimination chamber into that match. But
Yeah.
hey, what do I know? I'm not a writer.
Yeah, man. It's. I firmly believe WWE is at a point and has been for some time where it is a traveling show. We really don't have to put out the best matches. We don't really need long term storytelling. We don't really need to worry about who's getting beat one week because they'll just be up the next week. It won't matter. The fans are going to tune in regardless, and largely it's a very true statement. Unfortunately, we're not going to get stuff that makes a whole lot of sense every time. I don't think you needed the Usos in that spot, and they didn't have a relationship with LA Knight. So I didn't.
Yeah,
You could have literally had some other tag team out there getting interrupted by the Vision or something like that. And then LA Knight comes teams with those guys, and all three of those guys take a loss. But for some reason, they threw the Usos in there. And I don't know if you realized when they were doing the promos before it even got to that point, the Usos wasn't saying anything. They was kind of the afterthought initially. They came out, did some eating, and then the Vision took over. They stopped it. Then LA Knight took over, and it kind of became Adam Pierce was kind of out there, and the Usos was really quiet. So they kind of got looked at as an afterthought after that initial yeeting, man. And I know for the live audience there, they were able to get back to yeeting and doing all that kind of stuff. But for the audience on TV, the Usos really just look like, why are you guys even out there? So I'm not really sure what they're trying to do with the Usos, or I know that the tag team division's a little weak. It's a little suspect right now. But to put those guys out there and lose in fashion like that, I just didn't
yeah,
understand, man. Unless they just beg to be on the cards, like, hey, look, guys, we ain't got nothing for you. You come out here, you're gonna take a hot L. And they was just like, anything to be on TV, we'll take it, man. That's the only thing I could think of, man, because it just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me for those guys to be in that spot and knowing that they were going to take the loss. So now your Raw Tag Team Champions just took a L to the Vision, who I think we assume Jimmy and Jay together is probably better than any combination of any of the other four guys in the ring as far as tag teams go. So I'm not sure why they would be losing there, but it is what it is, man. Good win for Bronson Reed. After that, we had our second match of the evening. Oscar Bailey and Natty Neidhart for the a spot at the Women's Elimination Chamber. Um, Again, I thought it was okay, man. I didn't really see anything too special in this one. I was kind of expecting Natty to pull off the win. Not and then we kind of fast forward to the end and we seen why. But um, overall, this 3-way match didn't really do much for me. Some 3-ways just don't really go that well. I think I would rather see them hopefully moving forward position Natty kind of in some singles matches where she can kind of be more of what she's trying to portray right now. Bailey is just helping to kind of move the song along, man. She's just kind of there, man, to help string everything together. They're still giving Oscar some push there, but there still could be some last minute matches that maybe gets one of these other two ladies in. But Oscar ended up pulling off the victory. going over on Bailey. On Natty's way out, she was jumped from behind by Maxine, who I'm not a believer anymore. Sorry, Maxine. We was riding, but now I'm off the bandwagon. I think she's just somebody good to have around. Maybe I don't know what they could really do with her. I just don't believe she can beat Natty. I don't believe she can beat Becky. I just don't believe any of it. And I don't know how they get that fire back for her, but they may have to figure something out with that one, man. But what you thought about this triple threat match between these ladies, with Oscar qualifying and Natty getting jumped by Maxine there at the conclusion of this match?
I mean, it was a good match. I kind of figured it was gonna be like Asuka or Bailey to win this anyway.
Word.
Um, but granted, I would have liked to see Bailey win, but I'm not upset with Asuka winning. And Maxine coming out. I mean, that story is gonna come to accumulation at some point. It will not be at WrestleMania. It will definitely be before WrestleMania. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they gonna give them that type of spot at
I
this
don't
point.
know though. They put like 8 matches on each night, and we always get some of those random like matches. So I don't know. Maybe that becomes. I mean, they could drag it out. They could, because I mean, after Elimination Chamber, it's literally WrestleMania, so they could.
I don't know if they got enough steam on this to drag it out. Unless they just don't care what anybody think,
Yeah,
man.
and that's why like it kind of made sense if Maxine had the belt, if she still had the championship.
Mm.
But I mean, I get it. The AJ Lee, um, Becky Lynch match, depending on what happens at Elimination Chamber, they're gonna have a rematch at WrestleMania. So that'll probably be a WrestleMania match right there. So I get it. That's a bigger WrestleMania match
Mm.
to have that title involved with it. But those two, they're big enough star power where you don't need to have the title involved with it. Because I mean, everyone wants to see AJ Lee. Everyone wants to see Becky Lynch. So it's like, really, do they really need the title for it? But I get it. But yeah, I feel like the Maxine that is to just have them keep beating each other up backstage. I guess see how long they can drag it.
Yeah, they can get a couple of they could definitely get some weeks out of this. I don't Is there anything between the Chamber and Mania? Is there a Saturday
Nah,
night or anything? Nothing at all?
mm. Because even
Oh,
last year WrestleMania season, there was nothing in between, and like that title changed hands on like a random Monday Night Raw with EO and Rhea Ripley. That's why I
yeah.
changed hands on a random Monday Night Raw because there was nothing in between.
And that's a part of what they've been doing to show us that we're gonna watch you anyway. You know that you don't need to wait for the big
Yeah,
PLEs for the title matches. All the champions don't wrestle at the big events. I don't know if a champion is gonna get left out of WrestleMania, but they may get left out of a relevant spot at WrestleMania. Which
yeah,
if you got 10 champions, you need to have the 10 biggest matches you can do at WrestleMania each and every year, and then Night of Champions, which I think in all honesty, Night of Champions should just be WrestleMania. Um, if we're being honest here, I don't understand how they managed to squeeze, and then you'll get Night of Champions, and it'll be like a couple of titles defended. It ain't even all of the titles defended. So if
yeah,
you're gonna do Night of Champions, maybe add some other stuff to it. I'm not a huge fan of other promotions that aren't main roster ready yet, but give the TNA Championship a spotlight if you're gonna go ahead on and do it. Give the NXT Championship a spotlight if you're gonna go ahead on and do it. But to call it Night of Champions and it's just a couple of matches and one or two might be for the title is like, at this point they just know, man, we watching anyway, we showing up anyway. It's just gonna be what it's gonna be, man. Ain't no real ifs, ands, or buts about it. So they just putting on shows, man. They're gonna make sure that whoever's on the Raw roster, you go out there for Monday Night Raw. We don't really care what you do, and SmackDown is more of the same as well, man. So every now and again we get something we can sink our teeth into, but didn't feel that way with this Oscar Bailey and Natty Neidhart match. We had after this, Liv Morgan was supposed to be having a sit down interview with Michael Cole, who skipped all the pleasantries and said, and I quote, "Who are you picking?" He did not care much about absolutely anything she had to say. She was interrupted by Dominic Mysterio. I should say they was interrupted by Dominic Mysterio, and then he was interrupted. All three of them was interrupted by Stephanie Becker, who spoke 99% Spanish during this time, while Dominic translated to a confused, stoic Liv Morgan, trying to either understand or be upset, or I'm not really sure there. But um, man, it is everything is just not gonna have a lot of heat. And I
Yeah.
think this is just another one of those things, man. It's sometimes we gotta get the next week and the week after and the week after that, man. But Liv still did not pick an opponent at the during this sit down interview with Michael Cole, man. But what did you think about this whole sit down with Liv Morgan and Michael Cole, Dominic, Stephanie Vaquer? How you felt about this one?
Oh, it was funny, man. Stephanie was definitely cussing her out. And she was definitely like, yeah, she was saying some stuff. So it was funny though. I love it.
Yeah,
And I
man.
love how she always like Liv goes to like, Dom, can you translate? And he's like, not really.
Mm, mm. Or there was times where he would fight back for her in Spanish.
Yeah.
He'd have some comebacks himself. So this if it's entertaining, this probably as entertaining as it's gonna get. That's about it, man. Not sure what else to expect here with these ladies, but I think at this point, I mean, does Liv just have to go ahead on and pick Stephanie? I mean, is there realistically another way she could go at this point?
Nah, I feel like she's probably gonna have to because I mean that's the better match because that's the better story
Hmm.
telling, especially like if she ends up winning at WrestleMania, then you can tell the story of like how Raquel thought that she should have been the one to beat Stephanie, and then maybe that will finally start the implosion of the Judgment Day that we've been waiting on for like a million years now.
Hmm. Maybe. We may. I'm not holding my breath for that,
Because there's
but
only like two OG members.
yeah, yeah. Uh, was Dominic original?
Hmm.
He
He was
was.
there. I
I
felt
don't,
like
I don't think he was there with Edge.
he was brought in. He was brought in when they turned on Edge. Because
Uh,
Edge was with Ray. So right when they turned on Edge, well, yeah, so he wasn't an OG member, but he was like the first guy that they brought in. Because he
okay,
turned on his dad and joined them like soon as they turned on Edge.
gotcha.
Yeah, so it was I think OG was Finn Balor, Rhea, and damn, I was about to call him Punishment Martinez and Damian Priest.
hmm Damian Priest can't catch a break, boy. I tell you,
I was about
um,
to call that man his ring of honor name, man.
man,
Punishment Martinez.
he goes by a lot of names, and not all of them are very flattering.
Yeah. No, I
So
like that man ring of honor, man.
he has a tough go at it. Um, we had CM Punk come out, man, cut a promo, basically talking about his match at WrestleMania that he's assuming is going to happen. He has to get through Finn Balor. He spoke a little bit about Finn Balor until Finn Balor decided to make an appearance. He came out with Dominic Mysterio. JD McDonough made his illustrious return to doing nothing. But Judgment Day is the men of Judgment Day is whole. They are whole again, man. We did not see quite everybody together, but they were together at least for the moment, man. Punk and Finn Balor went at it on the microphone for a while, and almost a confrontation. Didn't quite lead to a confrontation this particular time. What you think about CM Punk, man? Anybody touching him on the mic?
Uh, I mean, I felt like him and LA Knight would be, but I felt like we already saw that
We got
though.
a little bit of it. We got a little
But
bit.
oh yeah, they had a little. It wasn't like too crazy. But I feel like they're gonna do a swerve with this one, man. Cause they've been making such a big deal about not ruining the greatest WrestleMania main event. I
Mhm.
feel like they're gonna do like the whole like Io, Rhea, and Bianca with this. And I feel like he's gonna win the title at Elimination Chamber. And then it's gonna be a triple threat match at Mania. I know it's crazy, but I feel like,
That
especially
is
with him
crazy.
bringing up, I was the first. I beat Roman Reigns on my first, and then they honestly never had a rematch from that match from when he won.
That would bother me a lot, from being honest. That
I
would
know,
make
but I feel
me
like that's what they're gonna do. I just feel it.
um
I know it's crazy. I know it's stupid, but I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I can't tell you why, but
man,
yeah,
to think Finn has a chance is that says a lot. I can't say I was believing he had a realistic shot of being able to pull off a win in this one, man.
yeah, it's the same thing people were saying EO last year. I can't. No shot she has a chance to beat Rhea Ripley before WrestleMania, and then it happened. So I don't know. It's weird. Man, it's like it's almost like they're recycling stories, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, different players, put them in the same template, run the play. But I think I personally don't see a scenario where Finn could get the win. I see a scenario where Dominic may try to help him get the win, and then they have their final falling out at that point when it doesn't happen, and it maybe sets up something for Finn and Dominic at WrestleMania, possibly with Intercontinental Championship implications on the line. That's kind of what I see if Finn is going to be a part of anything meaningful. But Finn is known to kind of be around and then all of a sudden not be around as far as being relevant. So it's really hard to say. I feel like he could go right back to obscurity really quickly or get into something with the Intercontinental Championship. You feel like he can end up main eventing, which would likely be night two of WrestleMania. Those are some very big places he can go, man. Whether
Yeah,
it's down back to the abyss, kind of in the middle of the pack, or to the very top of the card. So that would be special. I don't know what that the future holds for him, but JD McDonough is back to help him out, man, and Dominic is out there. So we ready for this to blow up, man. Let's go. Let's make it happen, man. Wednesday thing on up, man. But I think it would hurt JD McDonough the most. He might have to go join forces with Otis and Tozawa, man. He might have to go hang out with those guys, man, and just be a full blown comedy act of three, man. Because I think JD is going to suffer the most if Judgment Day falls apart, unless he just rides with somebody. You got to pick a side. After this one, man, we had El Grande, the new El Grande Americano out there with Brio and Rayo. Brio for the ones who see the blue guy, Rayo for the one in red. And he went up against Penta. I think when Penta first debuted, was his match against Ludwig Kaiser or someone else?
Penta. No, it was
Oh, it was Chad Gable. I think it
yeah,
was Chad Gable.
because
Okay, okay,
that's when he was losing to all the luchadors,
okay.
and he went on
So,
that trek to Mexico to try to figure out who to beat the luchadors,
and we
how to
thought
beat
like
them.
Alistair Black was coming back at one point during that trip. It was a very strange endeavor. Not really sure what happened there, but interesting stuff. Interesting stuff there. But Penta versus El Grande Americano, we kind of knew where this was going to go. Brian Ryo gets a little involved. The original El Grande Americano, for those that believes is Chad Gable, definitely got involved, helped cost them the match. We got a springboard Mexican destroyer by Penta to put El Grande Americano away in this one. I like to I mean, this was a good one. This was a good match. I mean, this was the better of the matches up until this point for the night, as far as I could tell. The original Grande Americana was now, I guess he's a full blown baby face, man. What you thought about this match and him now? He's a baby face, man. We gotta like him now. He's throwing up his deuces. He's not even hiding it anymore, man. He's
He was
just
always doing it.
slapstick.
I don't know. I'm just ready for their mass versus mass match at WrestleMania. It's gonna be
They
crazy.
should get a one on one match, right? I think they
Oh,
should
it's
get a
gonna be.
Yeah, I think they can do that, man. That would be a good match. I would like to see that. What happens if I'm sorry, El Grande Americano, the new one, because we have no idea who this person is. What happens if he does lose this match, man? Where's his career trajectory without having the El Grande Americano persona anymore? What happens to him? Because before it, we were seeing him in like commercial break promos at best, and not
Yeah,
to
no,
mention Rio and Rio.
a lot of times when folks can do other characters really well, they kind of get in the good graces. But I feel like he's not gonna lose this match if they do that. I
Mm,
feel like Chad Gable will, because the people are kind of ready for Chad Gable. Was ready for Chad Gable to drop the gimmick anyway.
mm. But the babyface losing,
Yeah, I know.
he's a good guy now.
Yeah, but it's like he's hated so much in Mexico, and Mexico prefers the Kaiser version, and I feel like they kind of want Chad Gable to go back to being Chad Gable.
So you think Chad would stay a babyface if upon losing, or he would go back to being the
Yeah, I
heel guy?
mean, once it reveals that it's him, I mean, folks are gonna cheer anyway because it's WrestleMania. But I mean, like, it's stuff that we already know. But it's like,
Mhm.
oh, pretend to be shocked.
Mhm. Hey man, don't blow his gimmick. Man, that's an interesting one. I didn't see a scenario where when they finally have the clash off that we believe will happen, that the original El Grande Americano is going to be taking the L. Um, I think he could survive taking the L more than Ludwig. El Grande Americano can. I think he could survive it just because, like you said, he is adored by the fans. People love him, hate him, all of those sorts of things. He's got more to fall back on. Whereas El Grande Americano losing, I think it's going to be not so great things in his future. I think 2 months from then, he's going to be back in AAA. He's going to be all over the place trying to figure himself out all over again. So
Yeah.
if I'm him, if I'm El Grande Americano, I'm telling the powers that be, everybody in that writing room, I can't lose. My career's on the line. You might as well just forget Maz versus Maz. It's Maz versus career, man. At that point, it's going to be over for him. So I definitely wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't put that out there for him to lose because I want to see Chad kind of continue with it. I kind of don't. I wish like they would when he initially did it, he was doing both, wasn't he? Wasn't sometimes he was coming out as Chad and
hmm
others, yeah. Like I mean, that's okay. Because we haven't seen him as Chad when he
Yeah,
since
because he would El Grande was like the de facto fourth member, or well, fifth member of American Made.
yeah. So yeah, he's he can still play both sides, man. I think Ludwig is definitely going to struggle, man, a little bit. Um, and trying to get anything going, man. If he is the one that takes that L, man.
Yeah,
So I think what we had next up. What we had next up. AJ Lee came out. I didn't even know she was gonna be there tonight, man. I didn't. Be trying to avoid some of the spoilers. So a couple hours before the show, I typically don't jump online just so that I don't hear about anything. Did they announce her for the show beforehand? Did you
I
see?
don't think so actually.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, she came out, man. Mild pop, man. Nothing too big. Um, discussing her match with Becky Lynch, cutting a promo. Becky calling Becky Lynch out. Essentially, Becky did in fact come out and confront her as well, man. Is there someone on the mic better than Becky Lynch, man? Not. I mean, I'm not gonna put her over Charlotte personally, but can any of these girls really hang with Becky Lynch? What did you think about this exchange with her and AJ Lee?
Um, it was I was kind of confused on a. I mean, it was good, but I felt like I don't know. I felt like they were trying to do something else, and it kind of
Mm,
just got lost in translation with it.
mm,
And I don't know. It just felt it fell flat for me for some reason.
mm, mm.
I just can't.
You know why? I believe it fell flat because we don't want to say it. That's what it is. We just don't want to say. AJ Lee is just not that. She's just not it. Um, she has the cachet of someone who had a great run. There's a nostalgia element to her. I think she's very likable, and she has a very nice look. But I don't think people really care as much as we want to act like people care about her. And I mean, she's not she's good for what she does, but in the ring, she was around during the Divas run. We can't forget that. So there's been a lot of evolution under behind that. There's been a lot of evolution behind that. After she's come along, man, I think the girls really surpassed what they were doing. And it's not that she was super bad or anything in the ring. She did her job, got the job done. But what she was dealing with at that time is not what the current era is right now. So
Yeah,
I'm not sure that she's, somebody we like to see. She's obviously married to CM Punk, so it also helps in seeing her as well. Hey, Punk, that's his wife. This is such a great dynamic, so forth and so forth. But AJ Lee's promos has not been home runs. That match that she did have where they had to cover up pretty much all of her shortcomings, that wasn't a home run. She came back, I think last week, and everything about that promo was kind of blah. She come out this week, and the common denominator is AJ, man. That's what you're seeing and feeling all around you. It's AJ Lee. She's not delivering. She just is somebody we just like her. So
yeah,
we give her a pass. We just like, don't worry about it. We like you. We like seeing you on TV. You're not around that much. You haven't been around. You just got back back in September after many years away. But and she was at a high level at the time in which she was around. But AJ Lee is just not that it thing anymore. She just doesn't really have it, and I think the more she shows up, the more we're gonna see that. The more it's gonna go. People are gonna start to go. She, something's not quite there. Something is not, clicking. Um, but she's a likable person. She's openly talked about her mental health struggles, and she's relatable. So she has a lot going on. But within that squared circle, you get on that mic against Becky Lynch, it's not gonna be good. You get in that ring against Becky Lynch, it's not gonna be good. Whether you get that win or not, it's gonna need some tricks, some smokes, some mirrors for her to look good against Becky Lynch in that match. But um, what you think about the possibility of her pulling off a win over at Elimination Chamber, man? Going into Mania with that Women's Intercontinental Championship.
it's possible mainly because they can run that back at WrestleMania, so it's
Mm.
very possible.
Yeah, they could. They could run it right back, get the title off of her if they want to move on. I think AJ is capable of a solid match. I think that the expectations is a little higher for her because of what she did in a different time. But people do have to temper expectations because she wasn't some ring tactician back in that time. So
Yeah,
we got to temper expectations a bit, despite how much I think she's universally liked. I don't think there's anyone that disliked her, but she's not, some ring rust may be there, and also what her limitations was, and now she's 7, 8 years older or whatever, however long she was gone, since then. So I'm not really sure, man. What that's going to look like. But I think Becky's probably going to put her over, man, and set up something. I mean, Becky gave the championship to Maxine, so I don't see why this can't happen. If Maxine could get it, you know, everybody can get it. Uh, WWE Monday Night Raw coming to right here, Atlanta, GA next week. They turning up the heat, man. They turned up the heat. They showed us a montage that they were going to be doing an AJ Styles tribute. Man, I did not see that coming. Um, I didn't see it coming, man. What you think, man? What you expect from this AJ Styles thing, man? Standard tribute. Think anything is gonna happen? What you feeling with this one?
I mean, he not retiring, man.
What you mean he not retiring?
He not retiring, man. I'm telling you, Gunther's gonna come out and it's gonna be some gonna happen, man. I'm still trying to decide if I'm gonna go or not. I guess it really depends on the work schedule next week. But I feel like he's not retiring, man. I feel like something about to happen.
I mean,
Gunther lost Gunther lost his qualifying match. So as of right now, they have no plans for Gunther for WrestleMania. They want Gunther at WrestleMania. AJ Styles comes out because I'm pretty sure he'll be there. It's
mm,
Atlanta, home
yeah,
state.
right,
You
yeah.
know, oh, thank you, all that. Gunther music hits, talks a bunch of stuff, and then yeah, I feel like it's gonna happen.
So you see AJ Styles facing off against Gunther again,
Oh, I mean, possibly
like a full match. We're not talking about a confrontation next week, just full blown. They're gonna actually AJ
not
get
next week, but at WrestleMania, maybe. I feel
man.
like they're gonna have a confrontation next week, and that's gonna lead to something at WrestleMania.
Well, I think that I don't know, man. It's a very strange thing. I think it was very strange from the jump when we saw AJ going into this matchup against Gunther at Royal Rumble. It was already like, is he really gonna just end it here like this? Like, what's going on here? And then he did, and you're still kind of like, what's happening here, man? And it's a very odd thing. He definitely deserves a tribute. WWE has not done well about retiring guys that were not original homegrown WWE guys. So I'm not exactly sure what that's going to look like, but they are at least doing this much, which is WWE. So there's got to be some type of hijinks, right? If there's a contract signing, some foolishness is going down. So you got to expect something for it to just be clean. Not really sure what that's going to look like on for AJ Styles, man, but that should be interesting to see. Then we got to our main event of the evening, as they say. Javon Evans versus Gunther versus Dominic Mysterio, a qualifying match for the men's elimination chamber at the elimination chamber event. I thought this match was okay, man. Javon Evans is going to keep things exciting. He likes to bounce around, jump around. Hopefully, his style allows him great longevity as far as what he's able to do and what he's been capable of doing. I remember seeing a early Seth Rollins flying around, not quite the same way, but a little similar as well. Some injuries slowed him down a little bit, but when he was with the Shield, man, he was on go. He was on go, man. So hopefully Javon can maintain this pace that he's on with some additional stuff there. Dominic Mysterio's first match back since he was injured, so he's back out there. Gunther, the career killer, somebody who's been winning everything. Man, he hasn't really been on
Yeah.
the losing end of much as of late. So I thought this was an interesting thing. My initial prediction going in was that I kind of thought Gunther would win. I didn't like the idea because I didn't know. I felt like it locked him into the elimination chamber, and I kind of feel like that match is tailor made for Cody Rhodes to win it. If I'm being honest, it really doesn't matter who the other participants are. I mean, he's gonna probably be in there last with who? LA Knight. LA Knight likes to get right there. Right at the precipice of winning and victory, and then lose. So he'll likely be there with LA Knight or some kind, or him, LA Knight, and Randy Orton to be the bottom three. But I think that match is for Randy Orton. I mean, for CM Punk. So but I still thought Gunther was going to pull this off. Obviously, that didn't happen. Dragon Lee came out, hit Gunther with the ring bell, costing him the match essentially. Javon and Dominic continued to go at it, with Javon picking up the victory over Dominic Mysterio, man. So, man, it's a couple of different things going on here between Dominic, not Dominic, but Javon Evans winning this matchup, and Gunther and Dragon Lee. You made a prediction a couple of weeks ago that they might could drag Gunther and Dragon Lee out to WrestleMania. I don't know how strong you still feel about that, but they're definitely doing something with Dragon Lee and Gunther right now, and keeping something going. And I don't know if it's until Gunther finds something else. We've been hearing some rumors about LA Knight and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is also supposed to be in Atlanta
Yeah.
here this week coming up. So we've been hearing some stuff like that. So not really sure what they got going on with Gunther, man. But what you thought about this triple threat match and the outcome and where it could be going?
No, it was a good match. I do like the fact that Javon Evans won. He's gonna do some crazy stuff in the elimination chamber. He's gonna
Hmm.
add that element to it. And it was a little surprise because I really thought maybe Gunther would win. So it's nice to
Hmm.
see Javon get in there because they're really high on him, which is good.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And yeah, and I totally forgot about the whole Gunther Dragon Lee saga. I mean, I don't, it's just it's like Gunther could, but then that's also because of AJ Styles. So it's just you never know. You just don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
where they're going with it.
if he was to interrupt the celebration, you'd expect Dragon Lee to have something to say about that.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like this whole like AJ Styles retirement thing is like similar to the Seth Rollins injury.
hmm.
As far as they like, oh yeah, like let's just put all of this out. Let's put his contract information out and
Hmm.
say that his contract is up. Like they were playing the long game this whole time.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
feel like that could be it. If he comes back and it's like, oh yeah, I got another run in me. Like they was just doing the Seth Rollins thing all over again with us. And we just fell for. I feel like next season of Unreal, we're gonna hear about this.
Uh, it could be. I don't know. I don't know how much more they could realistically do with AJ Styles. He has done quite a bit.
Yeah,
Um, I thought he may have to get a run with TNA. I thought that might happen where they'll let him kind of
it
go from.
possibly still could. If his WWE run is over, then yeah, he could get a TNA run. But for those folks saying, "Oh, he gonna go to AEW," I don't see him ever going to AEW. Like
That's a
if
stretch.
he if this, huh?
Yeah, that's a bit of a
Yeah,
stretch. That's a bit
like
of
if this is his last couple years or last year or whatever last run, I feel like it's gonna be in TNA, the place that he pretty much built.
yeah, and they
So
still have excuse me, they still have a big pay per view coming up. WWE still has WrestleMania coming up, so I don't know if AJ doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would try to swerve the fans in that way, especially since he was a baby face leading up to all of this. It wasn't like he really
yeah,
did. So I'm not sure, man. I think it'll be interesting. But Dragon Lee has got to fight his battles now, and Dragon Lee got choked up and yoked up. I want to say that was last week. Was it 2 weeks ago, maybe? When Dragon Lee got into it with Gunther. Uh, so he's trying to redeem himself from that perspective. I don't see a scenario where Dragon Lee is going to get the better at Gunther, but I see a scenario where he's going to at least try to stick up for AJ Styles, and at this point, he's sticking up for himself. So they got some more legs to go with the Dragon Lee situation. I think it's something they might end up knocking out on the random Monday Night Raw. I don't think that's going to make it to the chamber. I don't know if it'll make it any longer than that, but we got to see what happens there, man. As far as what's going to take place, man. But good to see Javon Evans main event in Monday Night Raw and picking up the win. I
yeah,
think that means something, man. I mean, that's a part of what we're seeing now, where everything is just happening. There's, no like, hey, you got to work your way up until this point, man. We couldn't imagine a guy 2 3 weeks into debuting on the main roster and he's main eventing and winning in the on a Monday Night Raw, the flagship show, man. That's not something that used to happen. That's normally reserved for the big dogs, for the big guys, man, not just any old body. So shout out to Javon Evans and the fact that they are at least behind him. But like I said, you want to just make the chamber exciting at this point because we know Cody's winning. There's no one else going to face Drew McIntyre, who is the only person you can fight. at WrestleMania other than Cody Rhodes. I just simply don't see it. If it's someone other than Cody, that means Cody has got a monster of a match lined up. And I don't know who that could be. I mean, we'd have to be talking about The Rock, the final boss in a one-on-one match. He comes out and costs him the chamber or something, but I don't see that. No one else is going to make any sense as far as his match at a match for Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. This is the QB. It is QB1. He's got to take his rightful spot, hold on to the championship for a couple of months, and then maybe he could lose it again and get back in the chase in time for WrestleMania to try to keep it fresh. Maybe they'll do something else with it, but I don't see a scenario where anybody other than Cody Rhodes is winning, man. They just hanging out in the chamber. So you think anyone else other than Cody could pull off the chamber victory?
Nah, because I mean, it doesn't. Well, I mean,
I know
Randy
you're
Orton is
right,
Randy Orton is the only other person I could think of.
but Randy and Drew at Mania is what that would mean.
Yeah, I
Or
know,
Drew losing
but
before
like
Mania, or to
like story
Cody.
wise, it wouldn't make sense. But they have had a brief history, and then that would get Randy closer to like John Cena. But yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, just make it interesting, man. Throw Jacob Fatu in there or something like that, man. Let's just make it as interesting as possible with some other underlying stories in there. And not worry too much about the if ands and buts, man. We know Cody should be walking out of there with the championship. Last year, this time, Elimination Chamber, The Rock was there, Travis Scott was there. We got a John Cena heel turn that people were waiting on for 15 years, 20 years, something like that. This year, not quite as exciting. Not knowing what they're really going to do, but we got hope.
yeah,
We saw tonight, man. There is a huge, big crate that is not to be opened until Elimination Chamber. So the we've had people debuting an egg for those older school wrestling fans, a box. We got a crate, man. What you think, man? Is this it, man? Are we like remember last year Cody had to make a choice. We had to tune in to see what choice was he gonna take, the blue or the red pill. What is Cody Rhodes going to do? Now they got us locked in to figuring out what's going to come out of this crate. It's a big crate.
bro.
It could be a whole human.
If this is anything other than a countdown clock to Y2J, then it makes no sense. What else would it be?
First of all, I'm still fighting for the Judas music. Just for the record, I'm
Because
still
I feel,
fighting.
hold on, let me,
Do the countdown and then do Judas. Is that a fair compromise? We need
when,
the Judas song.
where did he do? Yeah, so I mean, he debuted on, well, it's WWF back then, but he debuted in WWE 1999 on Raw in Chicago.
Hmm.
Chris Jericho did. So I don't know. But if it's not a giant clock that counts down, he doesn't have that ugly, sparkly, opened up button down shirt
No, man. No, we need
with
you.
the wait with the hair up, and he's not doing like that and spinning around, then I don't want it. But
Unfortunately,
the whole
um,
box thing is so Vince era. It's funny, man.
some stuff, they want to fight it, man. But Vince was doing this for 40 years, man. He knows something. You know what I'm saying? Roll a crate out there. You know, I think the crate thing is an interesting touch to a show that we're already gonna watch. It's not like we're tuning in for the crate. We're already watching. You're gonna give us the crate surprise. Maybe the crate opens and the mask man is in the crate, and then he takes off the mask too, and we just get it all at one time, man. We'll go our separate ways, man, with this whole thing. And it turns out the mask man is Chris Jericho. But not him right now because this masked man is very nimble and limber and fast. So we know it's not currently Chris Jericho, but I'm not sure what this person does. He look like a white guy, the masked man?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, it could be Ludwig Kaiser's next career if he knows he's going to be losing a mass versus mass match coming up here soon. He may be angling for a different spot to get a jump start on whatever's next for him. But I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure where they're going with the crate. We got a crate we got to figure out. We got a mass man we got to figure out. And we don't know. We still haven't been given a timetable unless you've seen anything as far as Braun Breaker is concerned. I haven't seen a timetable on him.
Nah, I can't remember now. I don't remember seeing one.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that. Bianca Belair, they I believe said that she was just going in for surgery to get herself right. So that could be quite some time if you're talking about legit surgery for her, and she's already been gone a while, man. So trying to get some people back in time for Mania, man. We get any update on Kevin Owens?
No, no.
Okay, Big E retired officially again.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, man, and the guy that took him out is no longer even in the WWE or the NXT.
I
Um,
don't think he even like. Well, he was injured, so he not wrestling no more.
yeah, he's hmm, injured, not wrestling anymore. But yeah, so it's unfortunate for Big E there, man. But they got to do what they got to do, man. I think WWE is going to pull some big stuff out of the hat with WrestleMania. I think because they already got Stone Cold in Vegas.
Yeah.
So hey, man, hey, look, man, you whip that crate out, and instead of the big clock, we get a glass break. But I don't think Stone Cold is gonna let them debut his return in a crate. But you never know, man. Kane, the crate had some height. We can get Kane back, man. Let Kane come out for a second. It did have a little height. It could fit it could fit a person. It was a very vertical crate. It was not a cube like crate. It was very vertical. So we gonna see, man, what that looks like. But MVP tonight, man. Who'd you have, man? Anybody stood out to you tonight, man? What you was looking like tonight?
uh, Javon Evans, man. Big ups to him. Javon Evans.
Good old Javon, man. That boy bouncy. I mean, look, man. I can't argue with that, man. I can't find anything that stood out more than Javon Evans, man. I like LA Knight. He was able to at least be out there and create some excitement. But he was a part of the losing team tonight. So Javon Evans got to be that MVP for the night, man. He held it down and all that good stuff, man. But we will be right back here next week. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Definitely share it and catch us wherever you get all your audio podcasts: iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We are there. Wrestle the number 4 real podcast. Just type it in, Google it, look us up. We'll be there. Definitely join the conversation whenever you get a chance. We appreciate everybody for tuning in and stopping by with us on tonight. We will be right back here next week, same time, same place, talking about Monday Night Raw and the happenings, and probably a little bit of whatever happened as far as SmackDown and Elimination Chamber implications. They will be here in Atlanta, so this should be a lot of fun. But until then, we're gonna catch up with you guys next time. Stan, man, appreciate you checking in with me tonight, man.